Hello gents and lady. Now obviously, as I said in the Tiger One video, sorry it's been as I said in my last video, which is the as I said in my Tiger One, the final update of my Tiger One. I'm so sorry it's been a long while since my last video, which was the final reveal, which was the final assembly update rather of the vehicle in question, which I'm going to show you in this video, which is this is the final update before the final reveal of my Tamyia 1/35 scale Tamyia 1/35 scale Tiger 2 pre-production turret. Obviously it's known as the King Tiger 2 or King Tiger as it's known, or whatever, if you want to, whether you want to call it the Tiger 2 or the King Tiger or the King Tiger. Obviously this is the pre-production turret version of the Tiger of the King Tiger or the Tiger 2. Obviously the reason I'm calling it the pre-production turret is because a lot of people and a lot of places and the Tank Museum have clarified this themselves, mistakenly call it the Porsche turret. Now obviously those of you that are Tiger, those of you that know everything about, those of you who subscribe to my channel that know quite a lot about the Tiger 2, the Tiger family, i.e. the Tiger 1 and the Tiger 2, well, more specifically the Tiger 2. Obviously you guys know that Ferdinand Porsche had nothing to do with the build, with the design or the construction of the turret of the pre-production turret in Tiger 2s. Obviously he did put his turret. He did the pre-production turret Tiger 2s. Obviously they put the turret on the model is obviously the turret that Krupp built, that designed and manufactured for Porsche's prototype of the Tiger 2, for Porsche's prototype of the Tiger 2. Obviously Henschel got the contract for the Tiger 2, like they did the Tiger 1, and they compromised by sticking the turret that Krupp designed and manufactured initially for Ferdinand Porsche's prototype of the Tiger 2 onto the Henschel vehicle. So no one really knows why people call it the Porsche turret version, because obviously Ferdinand Porsche had nothing to do with the design or the manufacturing of the turret on the Tiger that you're about to see in a few minutes after I've done the shout outs. So shout outs wise, usual business, or usual people: Model Pro 72 Lenny, Basic Modeling Rob, that one I forgot from, that's the Rob, I forgot you in my last video, full apologies. Aaron Newlands, Atomic Dog 32 Brian, Alex Modeling, Cledo 1 Lewis, Shane Hyland, Nigel Wells, Cohen C, Armour Empire, Mark O'Neill of Armour Empire, Lon 757 Pete, Waterloo 745 John, Warren Blanche, Daz Guy and Spartech, Marstra HQ, Deb Ron Tom, A to Z Kits, Airfix Freak, Mr. Model Mosquito WS, Train Boy 220, Golden Eagle, Crazy Kit Builder, Crazy Modeler, UK Scale Modeler, Ian, the Child Modeler, Charles Models, Hobby Modeler, Mr. Great Models, Mr. Great Models, Engineering Dartside, Ms. Vivi, Paul Marsh, Steve Mottram, Jagdpanzer 1944, and obviously she's been, and obviously in the Impossible Girls Diaries. Yeah, so now that's Facebook out the way. No, that's YouTube shout outs out the way. Facebook shout outs. Dan, Marion, Eddie, Amelia, Kelsey, Kira, Chloe, Mum, Haley, Billy, June, Greg, Lynn, Lenny, Ashley, Alex, George, Gary, Tom, John, Joe, Jenny, Tom, John, Joe, Luke, Lisa, Lucy, Debbie, Diggs, miss you, Nan, miss you, Nico and Charlotte, and also the two new Facebook shout outs of Jenny and Kai. I'll see Charlotte. Cheers for speaking to me. Cheers for speaking to me last week, and obviously I'll speak to you tomorrow, hopefully. Right. Enough of that. Tiger, let's go to it.
Here she is, gents. Here she is, gents and lady. Here is my Tamyia 1/35th scale Tiger 2 pre-production turret. Obviously, the reasons why I call it the production turret I done in the beginning of the video, but just so for those that are not familiar, for people like the Impossible Girls Diaries, for example. Obviously, this is the pre-production turret. It's erroneously known. It's erroneously called. It's mistakenly called. It's often incorrectly. That's the word I was looking for. Incorrectly called the Porsche turret, because this is this particular turret, which was designed and manufactured by Krupp, which is the German railway, wagon and railway track manufacturer. Krupp, which made the steel rails for the German railway and for the German railway during the Second World War. And the German railway wagons, the German railway manufacturer, railway wagon manufacturer, and railway track manufacturer, they also designed and manufactured the turrets for the tanks. Obviously, this, like I say, Krupp designed, depending how you want to pronounce it, designed this turret, designed and manufactured it for the Porsche prototype of the Tiger 2. Obviously, the German army, the German army didn't take the Porsche prototype in the end. They accepted the Henschel prototype, which is this machine here. but for some reason they put this. It's in the it's in the history of the vehicle, if you read it up. But they took, I think as a compromise, they took this turret initially, on the Tiger 2, but then they replaced obviously the Tiger. They replaced this turret with the production turret, because this turret was too narrow on the inside. Because of the way the armor plates angle because of the way these armor plates are angled. They're too narrow. It was too narrow on the inside, width-wise. And not only that, unlike the pre-production turret, you couldn't store as much ammunition in the rear half of this turret as you could on the production turret version. So that's why I call it the pre-production turret, not as it's incorrectly stated on the model's box as the Porsche turret. And the tank and many of my friends many of you that subscribe to me that know quite a lot about the Tiger, that are Tigan, that are Tiger nuts, i.e. that love the Tiger, that love the Tiger family, that love the Tiger tank family, in terms of all the variant of the two main gun turret versions of the Tiger. Well, no, obviously the tank museums, the Bovington Tank Museums in themselves in the UK have even said that this version of the Tiger 2 is often incorrectly called the Porsche turret version. Is often incorrectly referred as the Porsche turret version, when this is the pre-product, when in fact it should really be called the pre-production turret version. But hey ho, enough history into the history of the vehicle. I very rarely do vehicle history on the vehicle history of my models, chaps, but this one in particular, it warrants it, because obviously because of the fact that people often miscall this particular version of the Tiger 2 the Porsche turret version, when of course Ferdinand Porsche had nothing to do with the design and the construction of this turret. And Cohen and Stuart, my two, and Cohen, feel free to correct me on anything that I've just stated about the Tiger after when I've uploaded this, about this version of the Tiger 2, when I've uploaded the video. Right, enough waffle about the vehicle. Let's go with. So, as you can probably, now that I've got all that out of the way, as you can probably see, the vehicle, since the last you saw it, is now completely painted in its tritone, in its triple color scheme, camouflage scheme. Obviously, as you can see, you've got I've also put the commander in. I've also put the commander in. Like the Tiger 1, the base coat of this Tamyia XF dark yellow, which you can't see much. You can see bits of throughout the vehicle, but you can't see much of and then I painted the vehicle in. After the dark yellow was painted on, I then painted the vehicle in dark green, which is all over the vehicle, and I'll show you that later, in dark green. And obviously then the final colour is the dark brown, is the red brown, is the red brown, is the red brown, it's tamyia red brown, which is XF which is XF62. Obviously this is, as you can see, this is how it looks from the front. From the front. From the sides, this is what obviously this is what it looks like from the sides. Obviously you've got the dark green. You got here, on the side you can see a bit more of the patches of where the dark yellow still remains, but obviously the bulk of it. Obviously it goes dark. Obviously on the turret, it obviously right the way through the vehicle it goes dark green, dark yellow, red. To start off, it goes off. It's dark yellow. Obviously it's dark green, dark yellow, red, brown, right the way through the vehicle. So yeah, this is the 3-tone color scheme. As you can see, you've also added the Jeep, the MG42 onto the cupola. I've added the commander. I've also put in the commander. As I was saying in my last video, which is the update on the Tiger 1, I was going to put the commander in. I was gluing the commander in anyway. After I put the commander in on the Tiger 2, these two, I pretty much wanted to put these in at the same time. The reason there was so much of a delay last year is because when I come back home from Florida last year, I was looking for the Tiger 1, Tiger 2 commander's arm, and I couldn't find it anyway. And I thought, well, if I wait to find it, I ain't gonna get. I'm not gonna. Obviously, I'm gonna delay it all the way into 2019. So I thought, well, I might as well just glue him in with the one arm and then just explain. I'm not trying to suggest that some German commanders some German commanders were employed by the German army with a missing limb, because I wouldn't do that, because but obviously it's not because I didn't want. It's not. I'm not trying to suggest that. I'm not trying to depict that at all. What I'm trying to say is I lost the arm by accident, but to save time, I glued him in without his other arm, and also I've also lost the commander's hatch somewhere in the room that I built my models in. So yeah, that's the reason behind that. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see this without me making the paintwork darker than it actually is. That's too bright. How's that for you? Yeah, that's much better with the auto exposure on. So yeah, that's the reason behind that. But as you can probably see, going around the vehicle, on the side here, unlike the Tiger 1, the tools on the Tiger 2 are a lot more confined, because of course this massive turret, the Tiger 2 tools are confined to the sides. So as you can see on this side, you've got you've got a spade, which is the bit that holds it into the onto the hull. The bit that actually holds it onto the hull is dark green. It's dark green. The spade itself is 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 metallic grey, and then the scoop, the actual bit that the metal bit of the spade, the scoop bit of the spade is dark, is metal, is dark, is metallic grey. The handle is red brown to because red brown is to me as closest colour to wood brown, to wood, like the the sort of what the colour of wood that wood looks like when it's varnished, is what I'm trying to say. And then also you've got the towing cable. You've got the towing cable, which starts there and obviously runs right away along to the rear, loops over, comes back, and then finishes there. The both of the clamps that hold the towing eyelets onto the hull are dark brown, dark green rather. And then, as you can probably see, I've got the in between the towing eyelets, in between the towing cables, like the Tiger 1, you've got the gun cleaning rods, which are there, which are here. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to point to the to the tools. I'm trying to point to the individual what I'm describing, but obviously I don't want to cover the rest of the paintwork. So the gun cleaning rods are basically here, just above my finger, and they start, and because they're held in between the towing ropes. There's two large clamps here and here, which are dark green, and then obviously you've got this pick thing here, which looks to be some sort of pickle, some sort of pickle wedge. I don't know what it is. If any of you guys know what this tool is here, would not know what this tool is. If you guys could tell me what tool that is, that'd be great. I'll be immensely grateful for you to tell me that, so I know for future reference if I build any future tigers, any tigers in the future. Obviously, in between the towing cables, you've got the starting handle. You've got the starting handle there. There's one thing I didn't cover. There's one actually tools wise on this side. You've got the axe, the hammer, which the handle is wood brown. The handle is wood brown, and you'll see the head is metallic grey too. Is metallic grey, which is more or less the colour of steel, and also the clamps. One of the clamp that holds the hammer in. One of them is dark green, and the other is dark. One of them is dark green, and the other is red brown. Obviously, at the back, I don't know if you can see it very well. You've got the bolt. You've got the lock breakers on the back here. You got the lock breakers on the back here on the engine deck. You got the fire extinguisher on the engine deck as well. And then obviously on the rear plate, now this is going to be a little bit more difficult to do, given the fact that this has got 71 mm. This has got 71 meter long. This has got the scale. This has got a 1/35 scale down, a 35th scale down version. This has got a 71 meter long 88 millimeter gun scaled down at 1/35 scaled down to 1/35 scale. As you can probably see, you've got the track jack at the very bottom of the rear plate. You've got the track jack block on that side, and then here, unlike the Tiger 1, on the Tiger 2, the two G clamps are mounted on the rear plate, which is just where my finger is. And then, like I say, like the Tiger 1, I've got the fire extinguisher painted in red for the bulk, red for the body of the fire extinguisher, and the bit where yes, thank you, battery. I know you're running low. And then the bit that the actual firefighting, whatever kind of, whatever kind of fire suppressing liquid or solution they've got in there that I have for the type that I have in the fire extinguishers that comes out of. I've got that in silver. On the other side, you've got the towing cables. Now you've got two sets. You've actually got two towing cables on this side. You've got one on the bottom, which runs. You've got this one here, where my finger is, that runs all the way back. Runs all the way back, comes round, loops over, and goes all the way, and then finishes where my finger is there. And the eyelet there. The other cable you've got, it starts there, loops round, runs along where my finger is, and then finishes there, and there. You've actually got four tow cables on that side. Again, they're all painted in metallic grey. The clamps that actually hold them in onto the hull are painted in dark. The clamps that hold them onto the hull are painted in dark green, dark yellow, dark green, red brown, and red brown. And again, like the other side that I just showed, that I showed you in the earlier stage in the video. Obviously, you've got the towing. You've got the gun cleaning rods sandwiched in between the towing cables. Hence why you've got these massive clamps in between that run the length of the cable, the towing cable, and that run the width of the towing cable and the gun cleaning rods to hold those all in. They are both painted in dark green. Hope this comes out well when I watch this later. And then the only other tool I've got to show you really is the axe on this side, which is painted gunmetal for the head, with the heads clamp with the head clamp with its clamp, which is painted in dark yellow. The handle, which is painted in red brown for the wood. The clamp, one of the two clamps, which is painted in red brown again, because obviously the hole's painted red brown, and then obviously the other clamp is painted in dark green. So yeah, that's the Tiger 2. Just give you what it looks like. Show you what it looks like with the turret there. There we go. That's what it looks like with a turret and angle. So, chaps, that's what the Tiger 2 looks like. So yeah, chaps, that's what the Tiger 2 looks like. Yeah. So obviously the next time you'll see a video on this is obviously when I've got the decals on. Now, as I said in my Tiger 1 video, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'll be able to do the decals this afternoon and do the video this afternoon. If not, I will do the decals this afternoon, but do the video tomorrow afternoon. So you will be definitely getting this final reveal video tonight. And depending how long depending on how long the decals take to bed down to both of the tanks, obviously you'll either get a bonus video of the final reveal of the final update and the final reveal, or you'll get the final update on the Tiger 2 the Tiger 2 and the Tiger 1 tonight, and then get the final reveal on the Tiger 2 the Tiger 2 and the Tiger 1 tomorrow night. But that I don't know. In other words, if you get 2 videos out of me today, thank your lucky stars, because obviously, if you do get 2 videos out of me, if you do get 4 videos out of me today, obviously you'll be more than happy. Obviously, you guys will be more than happy to see more that I've finally decided to shoot a video. If not, you will get 4 videos out of me, but just split, but with a 24-hour split between both of them being uploaded, if that makes sense. So obviously that's that. Obviously now, like my Tiger 1 video, I'm going to cover the reasons for my absence, because obviously, just so you guys know, I know I've already said it all in my Tiger 1 video, but obviously I just feel that you guys, I should cover it also in this video, just because just so that if this one gets uploaded first, if YouTube publishes this video first before the Tiger 1, which it has done in the past, YouTube has uploaded videos, the next one video before the other, sort of thing. So yeah, that I'll cover right now, and hopefully it won't be as long as my last video. Right, now back to me. Right, chaps. So yeah, as I said in the last video, and I'll cover it again briefly.
as possible this time. Um, obviously, obviously, as I said in the last video, the reason why it's been so long, it's been nearly a year and a half since my last video, is because obviously I filmed and uploaded that video before going to Belgium for a week, and obviously when I was whilst down in the Ardennes region of Belgium for the Battle of the Bulge tour, which is a really enlightening and eye-opening tour in terms of where you go. You know, you go to La Roche, Bastogne, um, you go to La Roche, Bastogne, Cels, Grand Manel, Foy, Boijac, which is Boijac, the the Boijac Woods, which are just outside Foy. Um, the woods that are near Aachen, which is a German, which is one of the towns which I don't know if you technically say it. I don't know how you geographically. It's Aachen is right on the border between Belgium and Germany, and they've obviously got the woods there. Obviously, they've still got, and unlike the same with the Boijac Woods, which are near Foy and Bastogne, the woods by Aachen, um, and the woods by the Boijac Woods, which are near Foy, the woods near Bastogne, and the woods by Aachen have all still got the foxholes that the um, 101st Airborne, the 101st Airborne Division dug there. All those that dug that obviously dug there that they dug there in those woods 75 years ago. So obviously it's the 75th. Obviously this year is the 75th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge and many other battles that took place 75 years ago. So yeah, obviously I went to Belgium for a week April last year rather. Um, like I said, I covered this in my last video, but in terms of what you get to see, it's just some of it is, obviously some of it is exciting to see, like, for example, like in Le Glaise, they've got a King Tiger production turret that's just been there since the day it was knocked out in December of 19 in obviously in December of late obviously in Christmas of just after Christmas Day of 1944, very early into January of 1945. Obviously they've got a Panther A that was knocked out in Grand Manel. They've got a Panther, a late A or a late A or a very early Panther G minus its road wheels in Cels, which the reason why it's most road wheels because people like most like everything like all the Second World War vehicles that have been like all tanks that have been left in the left abandoned in the open all over that amount of time. People, salvage hunt, collectors and salvage hunters have come and taken things off of. I mean, it was really awful. I mean, the Tiger Two and both the Tiger Two in the Glaze and Grand Manel and the Panther and Grand Manel. Neither of them had their tools because basically people have come in and have come up to the vehicle and nicked them. For souvenirs. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Not salvage hunters, souvenir hunters, collectors, and all that lot. But the Cels Panther, it doesn't even have its road wheels. It's just literally the hull and the turret. The road wheels and the The road wheels and the suspension are all gone. It's got the one in cell. The Panther in cells has got the half of the drive sprocket that's connected, half the half of the drive sprocket that's near the it's obviously that's connected to the transmission. As I said in my last video, really good tour, well worth doing if you ever do it. And if you're in the if you live in, but if any of you guys live in Belgium and you're not that far away from from the Ardennes area, honestly, go and do honestly go and do go to the places, because they've got the memorials there are really well presented in all the towns around the Ardennes area. They're really well presented. The museums, like the museum in the two museums in Bastogne, the museum in La Roche, and the museum in the Glades, are really well done. They're really well presented and everything. It's well worth, if you ever get the chance to. It's well worth spending some time in that area. So yeah, that's obviously I said in my last video. That's one of my reasons. The other reason, of course, is the other reason, of course, is when I came back. I painted. The other reason, of course, is when I came back from Belgium. I painted paint. I pretty much painted. I just spent pretty much day after day out in the out in my conservatory, which is where I make my models, which is where I build my models. Just painting these two, the Tiger 2 and the other Tiger up, and the Tiger 1 up, and I pretty much did that till about July, August time, because come August, obviously again, I'll come August, I then went away again, because I went to I went to Florida for 2 weeks with my mum, my sister, my mum's partner, his brother, his wife, and their two kids. Again, you ever do Florida, and you know, obviously we'd mainly done it for the theme parks, which are most of you know the theme parks. If you're into that sort of stuff, if you're into that sort of trip, the theme parks, the theme parks in the theme parks in Florida, are the best in the world, to be honest. And I can say that because obviously, I mean, I haven't done I haven't done in like any theme parks in Europe or Asia or Japan. But compared to say Disneyland, and compared to Disneyland Paris and the theme parks in the UK, and the theme park and the two major theme parks in the UK being Alton Towers, being like, obviously you got Alton Towers, Drayton Manor, and what's the theme park near us? It's not too far from us. It's in Surrey. No, it's gone. It's gone. It's not there. Can't think of it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is if you compare Disneyland Paris and all the three of the theme parks and the three major theme parks in the UK and the three major theme parks in the UK, the ones in Florida just beat them, just blow them completely out of the water in terms of the attention to detail, particularly in the Disney parks that they put in, and also the attention to detail they put in the Universal the Universal park that they do, the Universal theme park, and the Universal Islands Adventure theme park that they had there. So yeah, and like I say, it was a really good 2 weeks worth holiday. So yeah, so pretty much I was painting, paint. It was pretty, day after day after day. I was pretty much painting right the way up to the Florida, right the way up to the Florida trip, and then obviously we knew. Obviously, my mum and my two sisters found this out. Me and my two sisters found this out before my mum, before we went away to Florida. Obviously, uh, in July, August of last year, my grandfather was diagnosed with asbestos. So, and he was fine while we were away, and he was fine, fine, mobile, still be able to do what he need, still able to move and get on, do with daily chores that you do during everyday life. While we were away, but then sort of like from mid to late October, one night during mid to late October, um, mid mid October, sort of mid late October of last year, he suffered a chest infection, the start of many, and then from late, as I say, from mid to late October till right the way through till Boxing Day of last year, he just deteriorated very, very quickly, um, to the point that obviously my two tigers were ready to be filmed, but obviously pretty much every time I got home during that period, every time I got home from work or from being out with my carer, my carer, my two either my carer, um, as part of my independency, fitting into the local community, um, independency program that I have, that I have, um, that I have. I pretty much I was My mum was pretty much picking me up straight from here from our house straight up to be with my granddad, because if my mum needed to go out, obviously she needed me to be there to keep an eye on my granddad, and obviously that we pretty much did that right the way up till, as I say, till December, till Boxing Day of last year, because unfortunately, gents, um, obviously, unfortunately, gents, my granddad did pass away on Boxing Day of last year. So yeah, I mean, the tiger was ready. The two tigers were ready. They were painted. They were ready. They were both painted, ready to go for films. But because of course of what happened, because of the events of, because of course my granddad started to take slowly but surely slowly started to take seriously ill towards the end of last year. I just didn't have the time, so that's why there's not been a. And then if you combine that with the fact that I was away for 2 weeks in Florida, and then I was a week away from Belgium for a week, I just did not have the time. Once I had the Tigers two, the Tiger twos painted up, I just didn't have the time. And then obviously the other reason was, of course, my old laptop, which I used to do the majority of the filming on, my old laptop, which I used to do the majority of my filming on, um, which I did actually do the previous rendition of the update for this and for the Tiger Two for this video, which is the Tiger Two, and the Tiger One video, which I've just previously filmed. I had those all uploaded. I had those all filmed, ready to be uploaded. And then the Saturday before we had my grandfather's funeral, which was 2 weeks ago now. On my, see my old laptop, I was going to upload them that Saturday actually. The Saturday before my granddad's funeral, I mean, 2 weeks ago. Obviously, my old laptop, I put it down by my boiler, which is towards the back of down there. Put it down there where my boiler is. Down below my boiler down there. Obviously, and every now and then the boiler in my house has a tendency, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes it leaks. So yeah, and it leaked all over the screen. It leaked condensate, and this time it leaked condensate all over the screen at my old laptop, to the right the way down into the screen generator, the pixel generator of my screen. So yeah, and then of course my laptop my old laptop just didn't work after that. I cleaned it out, but it didn't work. So, well, I mean, when I say it didn't work, it fired. You press the on button and it fired fine in terms of the power went on, the 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 the, the loading light was flashing constantly to say it's doing something, but the screen eventually just went pitch black and wouldn't load any kind of picture whatsoever. So, and because of course my old laptop at that time already had the hinge on the right hand side broken. On the right hand side broken. So that side, this side hinge, the hinge on this side, the hinge on this side, which on this side here, broken on my old laptop. I mean, this is, and the fact that the wire connection between the left and right mouse keys on my old laptop was also had gone loose, had completely broke loose. It was cheaper to get a new laptop than what it would have cost to repair the mouse pad, the hinge, and the screen. So I got a new laptop, and as you can see, and obviously this is what I'm filming from now. It's HP Pavilion, because I like that mod, because the Pavilion model of laptop I actually prefer compared to the other manufacturers. Features wise, obviously it has a webcam. It does have a webcam. It's got a B&O. It's got B&O speakers, Intel Core 7 Core i7 8th generation processor, a NVIDIA GeForce graphics card. The only thing I needed to add to it was the fact that obviously my old laptop had the UCAM 6, the Cyberlink UCAM 6 webcam recording photograph recording and photograph software. So I've downloaded and installed the free trial version of Cyberlink UCAM 8. I'm going to be buying the product proper so I can continue to use it. And the other thing it did have was the Cyberlink Power Director, which I've bought the latest version of that from Cyberlink as well. Other than that, pretty much So that's the reason for my absence. It's quite a lengthy one, and I covered it in my last video, but I just thought I should cover it in this video as well, just in case this video gets uploaded and published, just in case YouTube uploads this and publishes this video before the Tiger One video. Sorry about that, chaps and lady. Obviously, where the video cut off, I didn't mean it. I didn't really want it to cut off, but my battery went flat. The battery on this laptop went flat. As I was saying, because obviously YouTube sometimes where I've uploaded videos and sometimes use the last time I uploaded the Tiger 2 and the Tiger 1, sometimes YouTube when I upload videos last time when I uploaded the Tiger 2 video, the Tiger 1 and the Tiger 2 videos, it uploaded one of the one of the updates before the other, so it weren't in sequence. So they weren't in sequence, sort of thing. So that's what I was saying. I'm just doing what I was explaining in this video. I'm going to merge this video together. I'm going to add this bit of this video, this bit that I'm recording now, onto the end. Go lay down, Paddy. Paddy, go lay down. I'm not done yet. Sorry, chaps. That's my that's our dog. That's our dog that we had. That was my granddad's dog, Paddy. He's a Irish rescue Jack Russell Terrier. Yeah. So as I was saying, obviously, so I just want to cover my lengthy absence, on this video, as well as the Tiger 1 video. Obviously, I'll have to now merge this bit with the rest of the Tiger 2 video, which I can do via Power Director. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, really. That's all I want to say for the absence wise. Like I say, I'm sorry it's been a long while since my last video, but it's been it's been half a year since my last video, gents. But as I said in my last video, when those of you who have families, those of you that are parents that have families, those of you that have, obviously we all have family members, and you know as well as, and you guys know as well as I do, and it's obvious. Obviously, those of you that have family, that still have family, like everyone does, that you guys know the one thing is when a family member when a close family, when a close family like one of your parents or grandparents takes ill, modeling is then sidelined because family always comes first. Family always comes first, chaps. So yeah, that's the reason for my absence. Sorry, the video cut off whilst I was explaining something to you, because obviously the battery went flat. But I'll merge this very small segment onto the end of the video that I just filmed, to make it one video sort of thing. So other than that, well, now that's been out of the way. Thank you very much for watching this video when I put it all together via Cyberlink, and I'll see you guys on my next two videos, which will be the final reveal of the Tiger 1 and the Tiger 2. And until that video, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for watching these two videos, and I'll see you guys on my next two videos. All right, thank you. Bye, gents. Bye, gents and lady. Bye, gents and lady. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.